PPGIS-based real-time decision support system in emergency response management and monitoring system. Many emergency management agencies base their response on history. Every incident contains a lesson learned that can be used to better prepare for the next disaster. However, relying only on past incidents alone to guide the future can leave emergency managers underprepared. Our PPGIS technology helps emergency managers to better connect with each other by digitally transforming the emergency management toolkit to increase the understanding of the new landscape and improve future response. PPGIS has a wide variety of applications like municipal planning, emergency response, public health, security, etc. But here our main focus is on emergency response system. The geo-meeting tool of PPGIS provides an effective and essential online meeting system for supporting group collaborations on geographic information, such as maps and imageries, and capturing and sharing local domain knowledge in real time. PPGIS architecture permits the combination of geospatial data and collaborators' input in the form of georeference notations. It incorporates coherent components such as map sharing, real-time chat, video conferencing, and georeference textual and graphical notations. It provides efficient and reliable platform that will significantly reduce the time to acquire, process, and analyze data by using WMS services, GIS data, web map server and database server. It also helps in real-time emergency management operations like impact analysis, operational briefing, damage assessments, public information. This software plays an important role in emergency use case operations like maintain real-time situational awareness, briefing command staff and elected officials, understanding the potential impact, conduct damage assessments, and managing the flow of public information. GeoMeeting has a tool which is called incident-based chatting specific to the area, and discussions are stored in related shape like polygon, etc. Documents and multimedia can be shared for ideas. It can also show results in the form of chart and graphs with its calculated stats. Preparation, mitigation, recovery, and response are the 5 main stages of emergency management. Because emergency management activities are dependent on the analysis of information, PPGIS could be employed during all of the aforementioned phases. Role of PPGIS in preparation phase. PPGIS helps in crises management plan and provides decision-based support system in preparation phase of emergency response. Process GIS models can be useful for the determination of event impact and necessary mitigation requirements. Preparedness is important when a disastrous event occurs. An analysis of risk and hazards is beneficial in an emergency management program. The federal government collaborates with provinces and territories through an annual meeting of federal, provincial, territorial ministers responsible for emergency management, and regular meetings at deputy minister, senior official and working group levels. The senior officials responsible for emergency management provides a forum for federal, provincial and territorial discussions on emergency response integration, whereby recommendations are formulated and proposed to deputy ministers. Working groups are established as required to support the intergovernmental collaboration on issue-specific multi-stakeholder projects. The senior officials, responsible for emergency management, directed to the formation of a response working group to design a national emergency response system, and is responsible for monitoring the success of the project. Role of PPGIS in response phase. PPGIS helps in response phase by providing risk assessment maps and risk mitigation scenarios. Some of them are described here. 1. Review performance objectives for the program. 2. Review hazard or threat scenarios identified during the risk assessment. 3. Assess the availability and capabilities of resources for incident stabilization, including people, systems and equipment available within your business and from external sources. 4. Talk with public emergency services, for example, fire, police and emergency medical services, to determine their response time to your facility, knowledge of your facility and its hazards, and their capabilities to stabilize an emergency at your facility. 5. Determine if there are any regulations pertaining to emergency planning at your facility. Address applicable regulations in the plan. 6. Develop protective actions for life safety evacuation, shelter in place, lockdown. 7. Develop hazard and threat-specific emergency procedures using the emergency response plan for businesses. 8. Coordinate emergency planning with public emergency services to stabilize incidents involving the hazards at your facility. 9. Train personnel so they can fulfill their roles and responsibilities. 10. Facilitate exercises to practice your plan. Role of PPGIS in mitigation phase. PPGIS helps in mitigation phase of emergency response by providing GIS-based collaborative technology. Remotely gathering spatial information is a powerful means to understand and respond to urgent humanitarian and environmental problems. But, for many years, it was challenging to get the information required to take action as remote sensing data was limited and difficult to acquire. Now, with a combination of new data sources, faster analysis and products that deliver findings to key decision makers, it's become practical to use remote sensing data and tools for a broad range of applications. Like heat map functionality shows the mitigation of any disease or epidemic control analysis as shown in the figure. Role of PPGIS in recovery phase. PPGIS helps in recovery phase of emergency response system, like it can shows results on maps active GIS-based dashboards, that shows the stats of recovery of people from epidemic or any emergency-based disasters. It can help in making decision of higher authorities. Some helpful tactics are described here. 1. Identifying and analyzing the potential destruction by using hazard maps. 2. Tracking the location and supply levels of support and rescue teams following an emergency event. 3. Creating computer-generated maps of infrastructure including pipes, sewers, power lines, neighborhoods and other aspects of an area so the map can be referenced in preparedness, emergency and recovery efforts. 4. Designing databases for populations, businesses, structures, schools and more, which can be consulted in the case of an emergency. 5. Assigning where emergency headquarters, that is police, fire, ambulance, should be located to be able to provide the quickest response time to the highest number of people. 6. Identifying potentially vulnerable residents in case of a disaster, in terms of age, income and other insights. 7. Tracking terrorist attacks, sabotage and other threats to national security using geospatial information technology. 8. Using sensors on airplanes or satellites, remote sensing to record events such as storms and to integrate that information into a geographic information system. 9. Assisting with ongoing updates on damage assessment and needs following an emergency event or situation, both in the immediate aftermath, tracking emergency supplies, such as food and water, and longer-term tracking rebuilding of schools, bridges and neighborhoods. 10. Finding current evacuation routes that have been updated as a result of the disaster at hand. The infrastructure of GeoMeeting was established on several components-based services, such as login management, floor control, map sharing, Android, feature-based chat, feature pop-up service, geometry, and multimedia sharing feature services, bookmark, and live video services. User can easily bookmark the area in which the incident has been occurred. This is also called incident-based chatting. User can also use layer control feature to add different data layers in the map. The component also includes chat facility, drawing specific location point, line, and polygon area. Base layer switcher, used for better understanding of map and search any area of interest synchronously. These components-based services make it an effective and efficient platform for information data sharing, which improves accuracy and efficiency, as well as saves cost and time of the emergency management organization. GeoMeeting prototype framework facilitates any sort of e-governance, management, and emergency scenarios. Registered users can have direct access to GeoMeeting through login authentication. And through admin panel he can add, delete, and update that area. User can apply area-based queries to get parcel information. User can also apply buffer on specific emergency-related area for more spatial data analysis. Conduct damage assessment. Damage assessment reports are critical to accessing recovery funds for the community, and prioritizing resource allocation to re-establish the community lifeline. Emergency managers can use PPGIS with GIS techniques to deploy disaster response teams fastest to most damaged areas, and provide them reliable intelligence with cellular networks. In disconnected areas, inspectors access maps on their phones so that they can conduct damage assessments and document the process. Emergency managers can also engage the community to crowdsource local impacts that inform priority needs within the community. These maps update immediately when users enter connected service areas to provide quick updates on the impact and reporting threshold for the community. Projects can be monitored through SMS-based surveys, Android-based surveys, and field surveys. In SMS-based surveys, data sent through SMS and added to the database, and after that spatial data analysis can be performed. In Android-based surveys, door-to-door visits, collecting information with their area names and check status of emergency response and utility provision. In field surveys, 4 steps are usually taken into consideration. Firstly, data is sent manually. Secondly, collect coordinates with GPS-based location. Thirdly, enter additional information according to requirements, and lastly, show output in the form of thematic maps. Here GIS-based disaster response tree showing details. Thanks for watching.